Hello, Ollie here, and in today's video I'm going to tell you about the night that the Houses of Parliament burned to the ground. The night of the 16th of October 1834. It was a fire that the Prime Minister at the time, Viscount Melbourne, described as one of the greatest instances of stupidity ever recorded. By 1834, the Palace of Westminster that stood on the site of the current one was not only very old, medieval, but it was in bad shape, rickety, it was wooden in parts, and it was an accident waiting to happen. The fire was caused by the burning of two large cartloads of wooden tally sticks. They were an ancient recording tool made of wood, marked with cuts or notches to track numbers, debts or payments. And incredibly, because of this calamity happened. A few minutes after 6 o'clock, flames started to lick around the House of Lords. Then at 6:30, a huge fireball burst through the whole of the building and the fire started to spread. The flames started to lick so high they could be seen miles around. The royal family could see the fire 25 miles away at Windsor Castle. Immediately, people started to flock. Hundreds of thousands of people came to see the house burn down, and they took boats to the River Thames to see the spectacle. The best way to see the drama of this terrible night is to look at the paintings done by possibly the greatest British artist of all time, Joseph Mallard William Turner. He rushed out when the fire started with sketchbooks in hand, and he captured the chaos. He then went to his own studio at home and he painted the two canvases that you can see here. London hadn't seen anything like this since the Great Fire of 1666. Despite best efforts, the fire was uncontrollable. Firemen and volunteers did their best to try and mitigate the worst of the disaster, but it was well beyond their control. However, thankfully, Westminster Hall was saved. Westminster Hall, seen here, is a 12th century masterpiece. Many historical things have happened here, including the trial of King Charles I in 1649 before his execution. It also boasts one of the best hammer beam roofs in this country, and thanks to many brave firefighters and a timely change of wind direction on that October night, we have it still to this day. The rest of the buildings were destroyed in a 24-hour period. And then, after it ended, we needed a new Parliament building. A competition was launched to find the architect to design the new buildings. 94 people entered, and it was won by Charles Barry, a Westminster-born architect. Barry, in his designs for the buildings, relied upon a 24-year-old Gothic architecture enthusiast called Augustus Pugin. There's some debate still as to who produced the most amount of the buildings that we recognise today, but certainly it was detrimental to both of their health. Augustus Pugin's mental health was strained before this project even began. What with time constraints, pressure and his own perfectionism, it meant he became very sick indeed, and he would die in Bedlam, the hospital for the mentally sick, in 1852, 8 years before the buildings opened. Charles Barry died almost as soon as the buildings opened in 1860, and he's buried in Westminster Abbey. The works would not actually be totally finished for another 10 years, and they were completed by his son Edward. Neither men saw their buildings become world icons, but their legacy lives on because they are undoubtedly some of the most famous and best loved in the world. And I leave you with a sketch. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please tell your friends far and wide and share away on social media. I'll see you next time.